All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Stadelmeyer. I am a staffer for Congresswoman Tenney. I'm going to be your host for this webinar today. I'm going to start this in just a minute. Just as a reminder, this webinar will be recorded and will be posted to the Congresswoman's official website later on so that you can view this later. I will just wait one more minute just to get started. Thank you. Okay, thank you everybody for joining. Again, my name is Michael Stadelmeyer. I'm a staffer for Congresswoman Tenney. I'm going to be your host today. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on the Congresswoman's official website later on so that people can view this later. Our webinar for today is going to be a general casework webinar for those that may want to know a little bit further about how to receive help from the Congresswoman's office with a federal agency. So with that being said, I am going to get this started. Give me 1 second. So anybody that needs help with a federal agency, if you can't get an answer from a federal agency in a timely fashion, or if you feel like you've been treated unfairly, our office might be able to help and resolve a problem or get you the information that you might need. While we can't guarantee that all of our casework outcomes are favorable, we try to do our best, and the Congresswoman has built out an incredible team of caseworkers dedicated to helping her constituents. Before starting a case, you might want to look at house.gov/representatives to go and find your proper representative. With the new redistricting through the year of previous year, there are new district lines, and so you may find that you will have a different Congress member than previously. So the House provides a very excellent tool that you can find your correct representative, or if you think that you already know, please feel free to reach out and we'll happily assist you. The requirements to contact an agency will be to have a standard privacy release form so that we can open up a case. The Privacy Act of 1974 requires that members of Congress or their staff have written authorization before they can obtain information about your case. So that means that we must require your written signature to proceed with any case. Now, the first steps of receiving casework help is to contact our office. Now, we have 3 main offices and a satellite office. We have an office in Lockport, New York, Oswego, New York, and Victor, New York, and a satellite office in Watertown, New York. The numbers here are for each district office where we have caseworkers who will happily speak to you and get you started, answer any questions that you might have. Feel free to give us a call. You can also contact our DC office, but our caseworkers are located within the district. The second step of going through our casework process would be to get a privacy release form. Now, there are 3 methods of filling out a privacy release form, commonly known as a PRF in our office. So the first is a digital PRF on the official website through tenney.house.gov, and I will show you that in a little bit. This digital PRF also works on a browser on your computer or on your smartphone. We can also email you the PRF, an attachment, which comes in a PDF format. That way you can either print it off via email and fill it out and send it back, or you can fill it out on your computer and send it back to that email. We can also, if required, send a letter correspondence with an enclosed printed privacy release form to you. Some people prefer that method. That way it comes into them and they don't have to print it off. It's really up to the constituent, up to you. We work with all of these different ways and we try our absolute best to accommodate everybody, including anybody that might have a visual impairment, anybody that requires a little bit extra help filling out, or any questions with the PRFs themselves. So an agency requires the privacy release forms, but some agencies like USCIS do not accept the digital form, and they also require a separate form. Those forms can be found in our office and we can email them or we can mail them to you. Those forms for such cases for immigration, passports, etc., require a separate form. For passports, I believe it's just the standard form, but for USCIS immigration cases, it requires a separate dedicated USCIS form that we keep. Please contact our office if you have any questions, if you're concerned about any issues with this. Again, we're happy to answer any questions. Going through the digital PRF can be found at tenny.house.gov under Services and Help with a Federal Agency. Again, the digital privacy form can be filled out on a web browser, on a computer, or a smartphone. I've tested it out myself and done it on my iPhone, which works perfectly. And you can still do the digital signature either with a mouse or with your finger on the smartphone. So this is the actual website on tenny.house.gov. If you look and see the drop-down menu, there is Services highlighted here, and then under that is Help with a Federal Agency. That under tenny.house.gov, if on the main screen, is where you go and you find the digital privacy release form start page. You can also see a lot more about the Congresswoman's work. You can find her My Votes Explained that you can see here. You can see her work on the election caucus. You can also see a lot of her work within the community with the art competition, general flag requests, grant applications, internships, tours and tickets, etc. It's a very comprehensive website and you can find a lot. But if you have other questions, feel free to contact our office. When you click that drop-down menu, you will see this page, Help with a Federal Agency. When you get to this page, you can see a little bit more about the details. You can see the, please note, the Privacy Act requires this written form. Below that, you will see at the very bottom of the page, the Submit Your Casework Here. That is a link that if you click that, it's going to send you within the website to the digital privacy release form. Now, if you were to click that, you will then go to this page here, the Office of Representative Claudia Tenney Digital Privacy Release Form. This is the very start page. This is where you will look up your address. And if for some reason you are not a constituent of the Congresswoman's, what it will do is it will show you exactly who you can go to receive help if you don't reside in the Congresswoman's congressional district. This will also help us verify the address and get started on all of the paperwork for the privacy release form. So if you go through this, there are a couple other pages, and then at the very end, there is a digital signature, which all you do is you utilize your mouse or your finger on a smartphone, and you can just fill in your signature line. Now, for mailed and emailed privacy release forms, those are very easy. Emails can be sent out from us within the time of a call. Our system is incredibly fast where as soon as you call us and we get that started, we can send you a privacy release form within that business day and get that into an email more often than not, much quicker than that, especially depending on the urgency of the matter. Please call our offices to request the privacy release form. We will need to fill out our forms in order to send it via email or mail. So we will need your full name, your best contact info, and then your email, and then your address as well if we need to mail it. Again, please call our district offices and talk to one of our caseworkers or one of our staff members to get help with that. I'll also leave the numbers up at the end of this screen as well. So the last step is returning the privacy release form. Once you complete the form, it can be returned to us via a couple different methods. You can return it to us via postal service mail, or if you have it in a PDF in an email, you can send it as an attachment to that email that you received it from. It will go right to our office and we will make sure that we get on top of that right away. Both methods are great and fine. Some people do prefer dropping it off to our offices, but we understand that our offices are far away. Sometimes though, we hold our mobile office hours, which if you go onto the Congresswoman's website and her social media feed, you can see exactly where we're going to be holding mobile office hours. That has an expert caseworker standing by at the mobile office hours, ready to help as needed. Please note, PRF filled out digitally through the website. It's automatically submitted. You get an email confirmation when the PRF has been sent to us, and we also send a confirmation that it was received. So you will see that it was submitted properly. It will tell you if there's an attachment needed or anything extra information-wise. Once we receive that, we can get started on working on your case for you. Last but not least, any casework updates. Our caseworkers here have a timeliness response. The Congresswoman wants us to be incredibly responsive, but it does vary based off of agency response times. For example, IRS has a wait time that takes a little bit longer than other agencies. Sometimes, depending on the urgency of an issue, they can respond a little bit faster, but we unfortunately don't get average wait times for agencies. Updates can be sent to you via mail or email, depending on your preferred method of updates. We like to have it documented, or if you prefer, you can ask us, you can call us anytime, and all of us have the same access to your case, so we can look into case files and we can make sure that we are getting you the information as up to date as humanly possible. With that being said, your casework updates are internal. Any paper trails are locked away and secured in the office. Your privacy information is important to the Congresswoman, and by law, it is never shared with outside of this office, with the exception of the agency in question. Your privacy is very important, so we make sure that we don't disseminate it or share it, anything. Now, last but not least, I'll leave this up here. This is the numbers and the locations for our district offices. Again, we do have a satellite office up in Watertown, and we also hold mobile office hours within the district with an expert caseworker standing by. You can see them on the Congresswoman's weekly newsletter, when those are, how to get an appointment. You can also see them on her Facebook and Twitter. You can also see it on her official website at tenney.house.gov. So if you're wanting to talk to somebody in person, but you can't get to one of our offices and it's not an urgent matter, you're not needing to, you're okay with waiting for an appointment, feel free to contact us. We can let you know when our mobile office hours are, and you can meet us in a different location as needed. If you have any questions, please contact us. All of our caseworkers are within these 3 and 4 offices, but our DC office is also able to help as well. Now, if there are any questions, I am feel free to answer a question in the chat, or there is a Q&A function within this Zoom as well. Please feel free to utilize that. I'll leave this up for a minute or two. I'm going to stop the sharing, but again, this is going to be recorded and posted on the Congresswoman's official website. So if you need to look at the numbers again or any of the information, please feel free to utilize that or just go to tenny.house.gov. Thank you. And right now, I'm not seeing any questions in the Q&A or in the chat, but please feel free to contact our offices if you do have a follow-up. Again, my name is Michael. Feel free to call me or any of our other staff available. Our expert caseworkers are here and available to talk to you at any point. So please feel free. With that being said, thank you very much for your time and have a good rest of the day.